Why, good morning. It is the wee hours of the morning right now. Our original plan was to go to Holiday World with a friend today, but that got pushed to next weekend. So very last minute, I tried to pull together some people that might want to go to Carowinds this weekend. Nobody did on a 24-hour notice, so here I am. But plenty of people did encourage me to go anyway, and I have been wanting to check out Scarowinds, which is Carowinds' Halloween haunt event, and this might be my last really free weekend I'm able to do that before Halloween, so I'm going for it. We will see how much I actually engage with the scare mazes and stuff. Let me turn on a light. Yeah, that's a little better. We'll see how much I actually engage with the scare mazes and stuff. I'm mostly about getting night rides and just seeing kind of the general atmosphere. While I do enjoy a good haunt event, I've actually never been to a theme park haunt event before, which is why this is kind of exciting. But I've been to some standalone haunts with groups. I find them a lot of fun with friends. I don't know if I'm going to be doing, those mazes by myself. So, we'll just kind of see how things shake down. But I need to go ahead and get on the road. I'm targeting probably looking like 1 p.m. To get there now. The park's open until midnight, which is the best part about these more adult haunt events compared to, something more family friendly like what Dollywood does, where they're closed at like 9. This will be pretty great. Unfortunately, we're still dealing with the impacts of Hurricane Helene. What that means for me right now is that most of the interstates and highways and stuff are closed from flood damage. So we're gonna have to go a very long way around. I think it normally takes about 3.5 hours to get there, and it's going to be about 5. So I'm not really looking forward to that, but I should probably go ahead and go to maximize my time at the park, because these haunt events can get incredibly crowded. Okay, I just arrived. It's about 12:30, so it was actually a little bit faster than I thought it was going to be to get over here. Of course, it's going to be incredibly crowded because for some reason fall, whether it's a family-friendly event or a haunt event, fall just tends to be like the busiest time for these regional theme parks. I'm just gonna go in for a couple hours, see what I can ride, and then probably sometime around 5, go and check into the hotel, because I had a bunch of weird rules for Scarowinds, so after 6 p.m. I know they and a lot of other parks with more adult style haunt events have had, safety and conduct issues, so they have a lot of weird rules. So basically there's no re-entry after 6 p.m. and no bags after 6 p.m. So I'll come put my bag in my car before that, go check in the hotel, and then I guess it's going to be 6 hours between 6 p.m. and midnight with no backpack, which would be interesting for me. I usually take a backpack in theme parks and have a water bottle and everything, so we'll see how all that works out. Okay, I'm going straight to Fury because the line is long, but I think this is about as short as it's going to be. I've been monitoring queue times the last few weeks, and it's about 45 minutes right now, I think is what the app says, which it usually gets up to like 95 minutes most of the day. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit it while it's short. Good times. Yeah, you can see there's already a ton of obviously the decorations are already out there. They're just going to put them out at 6, but I love that they put the sign for this haunted maze in front of Fury's sign. Anyways. I have waited in a full queue for this before, so this should be doable. It doesn't look terrible, maybe. not great. There they go. I say this train's been stacked here for a while and I haven't even put down lap bars yet.
Welcome back, riders. Please remain seated until the ride comes to a complete stop. At that time, you may safely exit to your left. Thank you for riding.
Stacked by about
325.
Yeah, no, it's running really good today. Drops hitting, air times hitting, all that. It's just operations they're not terrible. Like, they're good two-train operations. But with as busy as the park is right now, you'll see how long the line is when I go out here. They really need to be stepping up the game a little bit, so hopefully they're saving like their best operations crews for tonight, because I know once the actual haunt starts, that's when the lines for Fury and the other coasters can get kind of ridiculous. So the wait time was accurate when I got in line. Well, that was actually a really good dispatch. I should stop giving them shit. I'm going to keep giving them shit because apparently that works. But the sign is still reading 45 minutes. And as you can see, that's about twice as long as the line I just waited in, which was about 45 minutes. That's probably closer to an hour 20 if I had to guess, but the fact that I can guess better than they do, which seems to be the theme right now. I just looked at the Carowinds app and like Thunderstriker is reading 10 minutes, but I just saw on queue time somebody just waited an hour for it, posted at 15. So yeah, wait times here are still inaccurate garbage. I have about an hour left on my locker rental, but I don't want to extend it, and I get the distinct feeling this line will be longer than an hour. So I guess we're gonna move on. I'm fine to wait a really long time for a night ride, because night rides on Fury are great. But yeah, I'm gonna pass right now. Yeah, so that line completely filled, all the switchbacks spilling out. It's showing 15 minutes in the app, 1.5. It's a load of horse crap. Okay, so the actual ride time's more accurate. That one says 60 minutes, which I still feel like it's more than 60. But still, for some reason the app's not syncing up with the other actual wait time. All right, I'm getting some barbecue. For now, I haven't had lunch yet. It sounds like they're actually using that stage for something. Okay, yeah, no, it's like a little food court near the front of the park. And some of the best food in the park, but I want some barbecue. It's one of the only places you can get just barbecue for some reason. Anyways, I got brisket and mac and cheese. I don't know if you can hear me at all. So something Cedar Fair does that I really don't like is that they gate off their like soft drink areas so that you can't get refills. Or like I just got like the flattest Coke of all time. There's no carbonation at all, and I can't go get it refilled, and that's not great. So walking through Camp Snoopy, here's the construction area for the 2025 expansion, which will feature a new, very small family launch roller coaster, more of a launch kiddie coaster. I think there's a mock ride splash battle as well. Yeah, so those are the two. So you get a small little launch family coaster, kiddie coaster, and a mock splash battle, which is interesting. We haven't seen one of these go into parks in a long time. Most seem to be removing them rather than adding them, so that'll be interesting. So that's kind of in this corner, to the left, I guess, of Woodstock Express, closer to Thunderstriker here. Yeah, so they had started last time I was here, construction, but you could still walk through there in July to get back to the kiddie coaster and stuff, and now it's all gated off. So obviously it'll be open again once it's done, but for now, no kiddie coaster back there and no good views of Intimidator, unfortunately. And this park is surprisingly beautiful considering it's location, basically just crammed in the middle of a bunch of warehouses in the middle of suburban Charlotte. But once you get in here, you really feel like you're not surrounded by warehouses, even though you are. They do a good job. I think I'm gonna go by Copperhead Strike, but I'm gonna stop and look at Afterburn's line first, see how long it is. Sign says it's an hour. I guess it is a full queue. And it only has 2 trains, so I don't know. Let's go look at Copperhead, I guess. I think that's new, the barbed wire. Thanks, Banshee. The lines are just so long right now, and the operations are not good to deal with those lines at the moment. Again, I knew this before I came. I kind of told myself beforehand I wasn't going to be riding all that much, or wasn't going to get to ride all that much. So we'll see. The good news is it should be like 4 hours worth of night ride time, which is pretty incredible. So the Scarowinds start times are so inconsistent. So like on the map it says it starts at 6:30. On the website it says it starts at 6. Over the announcements they said it starts at 7. So God knows, I think it just starts. So the aeronautical landing bathrooms, still the nicest bathrooms in the park, but literally none of the hand dryers were working. So that's sad. Anyways, I'm gonna ride Copperhead. This is kind of my favorite area of the park between aeronautical landing and Blue Ridge Junction, this stretch. You wanna know why? Because as I've mentioned before, I'm a sucker for theming and atmosphere. And these are like probably the best areas of the park in terms of theming and atmosphere. They each have a theme, they have consistent atmosphere. I can lump Camp Snoopy in there as well, but when you go over to the front of the park and over by the area by Fury, it's kind of gross. It's kind of too generic, and it's just not, ain't it? But this is a nice place to be. I probably should have saved the rides with lockers to do until after I didn't have a backpack anymore, but I never said I was smart. All right, how long do we think this will be? That's the question. It's a question for sure. Copperhead's entrance is weird. You gotta walk all the way like around the ride, and then the entrance is in the back where nothing else is. It's a little strange. It says 45 minutes. I don't know if I trust that. We'll find out. Oh, holy shit. Does it come all the way back? All the way back here? Yeah, it's gonna be like 2 hours. It's gonna be bad. Anyways, I have a dog named Barkley, at least my family does, so there you go. Not the rare rodent. It's my favorite jam. It's definitely jam. Don't ask any questions. At least this is like not a terrible queue to wait in. It's actually themed a little bit. Okay, so they're just now opening up this switchback, which is good. So it's not as bad as I thought. Still not great. I'm trying to determine the functionality of this here contraption. Now that's fertilizer. I figured that out. All right, so the crew is hauling. It's only been about not even an hour. I thought it'd be longer than this, to be honest. So this is good.
Don't prefer the very, very
It's doing way better than Fury was.
I don't even feel it. See, is that the beginning right there? Oh, I'm gonna hurt
Riders must be 52 inches tall to ride. Loose articles are not permitted in line and must be left with a rider hood to line. For your safety and the safety of other riders, hats, glasses, and cell phones. Watch out for snakes and enjoy your launches on Copperhead Strike.
Copperhead is so good. I was riding in the back row and it had a little bit of a rattle to it. I know some people care about that. I don't find it to be in any way uncomfortable. And actually, I think it kind of adds a little bit to the ride. It was a little worse that time than it has been other times, rattle-wise. But yeah, no, great forces. I love the contrast between the positive G's and the airtime and the hang time. It's really one of the only rides I've ridden that like does all of those things very well. Most rides focus on one thing, whether that be positive G's, hang time, airtime. And Copperhead's just like, I'm gonna do it all, and I'm gonna be good at it all. And you don't get a ride like that very often. The only thing that sucks at, ironically enough, is the launches. They don't really feel like anything, but I like the theming too. I'm a good big theming guy. And while I did have to wait an hour, it actually wasn't as bad as it could have been because the operations were great. They were way better than Fury. They were pumping out trains and the line kept moving continuously. And I just find that queue to be much more tolerable to wait in. That might be the most tolerable queue for a coaster in this entire park. But yeah, I'm going back by Fury's gift shop real quick because I'm going to pick up a shirt. I think I saw one that was fine. Most of the merch here is not great, but I wanted to get something and get something while I still had a backpack to put it in. Then I'm gonna go check into the hotel and then come back for the actual hot part of the night. Ride lines are absurd at the moment. We'll see when I go by, but Fury was just listed at 150 minutes, which is a lot of minutes. It's many, many minutes. So this entire area is going to be a scare zone, I think. From what it looked like on the map, there is no way to get to Fury without walking through a scare zone, so it's actually kind of fun, I think. Yeah, no, they're still stacking over here, even with their 120-minute wait. So Copperhead definitely gets the operations award today. What the fast lane line? Gosh. Why is the box for Nighthawk pink? It's a little weird. All the rest of them have the colors you would expect. You know, like this is good. That's good. They don't have any of them in my size. Yeah, they don't have any of the shirts I wanted in large. I even asked. So that's sad. I guess I'm gonna go check the gift shop at the front of the park. Sometimes they have different sizes, I don't know. Just wanted to document the fact that Vortex currently has a listed 100-minute wait. I don't think it's as bad as people say it is, but I wouldn't wait more than 20 minutes. At least everything's open. Carowinds has had a bad habit over the last couple years of having random coasters just not open. And rides, but it's more annoying than coasters. There's always be smaller ones, like the Boomerang or whatever. But everything seems to be open every day now, which is good. All right, what's this gift shop got for me? Yeah, not the ones I wanted, unfortunately. Got plenty of Thunder Striker merch, though. I didn't know they were going that all out with the theme. Also, is this case of the last merch with Cedar Fair printed on it? Oh Lord, getting back in is going to be a pain, isn't it? Yeah, if I see any merch I want later, I'll probably just buy it and then just put it in a locker rental for the rest of the night. That's not the cheapest way to do it, but it is what it is. They're forcing everybody to exit out this way for some reason, which doesn't make a lot of sense because this just goes to the bus parking rather than the general parking. But that's fine. The first time I ever came to Carowinds was on a church trip and we parked in this lot. So it's been since 2018 that I walked through here. This will be fun. A pilgrimage through the grass, I guess. That's a good support beam right there. I like that one. I sure hope it doesn't shear off. Yeah, no, looking pretty good. Okay, we've officially started the Scarowinds transition. They're now checking IDs. Holy shit. Just keeps going. What the heck? Lord. Alright, so I rode 2 rides and ate lunch, so time to go check in and then come back for Scarowinds, I guess. They were already, it's barely 5 o'clock, and they were already starting to kick people out that had bags to go get rid of their bag, because you're not allowed to have bags after 6. So before, I think last year's when they changed it, but before that, Scarowinds was a separate ticketed event, and they cleared out the whole park, and then separate admission for Scarowinds. They're now combined, which is better for value, but it is kind of annoying since normal park hours during the day and the haunt event have different rules. Like you can have a bag during the day, but you can't have it at night. Checking IDs at night because you have to have a chaperone if you're under a certain age. Stuff like that. So I do get why they cleared the park and had a separate admission before. I don't know exactly how they're going to fully enforce these rules now. Again, I know that they were telling people just now that had bags you need to leave, but I mean, are you going to be able to get everybody that way? It's just, also you can enter anytime after 6, but then if you leave you cannot re-enter, whereas normally during the day you can re-enter at any time. That's why I'm going to check in now and all that, because if I leave later you can't get back in. So while the hotel prices are insane anywhere around Carowinds, I think that's just because haunt is so popular and it's so late at night, people need somewhere to stay, whatever. Never stayed in an Avid hotel before, but it's like right across the interstate, and it's cheaper than all of the hotels that are right next to Carowinds for tonight, including the like Quality Inn thing. I think the Motel 6 is the only thing that's cheaper than this, but the Quality Inn, I stayed in there before. It's not great, but that was like $260 for tonight, and this was actually a lot less than that. So it's funny. I think this is going to be a much nicer hotel for a decent chunk cheaper than that. But I think it's because it's a little bit farther away. But again, it's like just right across the interstate. And I figure most people visiting Carowinds probably are driving or have a vehicle with them. So being right across the street's not critical, I wouldn't guess. I mean, and that street's like a 6-lane street without a crosswalk anyway. So you kind of have to drive anyway. I don't know. I don't totally get it, but it's still expensive. But I got a decent deal on this compared to much lower quality hotels by Carowinds. Okay, yeah, it's pretty nice. Got a giant bed. Okay, there's like a mini fridge down here. Little desk. Little bench thing. It's definitely very small, but that's ideal. It definitely feels like it's made for just like, you know, staying one night real quick like I am right now. P-Tac. That's actually the exact same P-Tac I have in my apartment. That's kind of funny. How far does it go down? Oh, all the way. Fun. I'm gonna check out my beautiful view of a warehouse. Oh, sick. This is great. Okay, bathroom too. Very nice, very clean. I like. All right, yeah, no, this is very nice. The fact that this is cheaper than that Quality Inn across the street tonight is just, it's hilarious. You know, this is just very nice. Very, very nice compared to the last place. Oh my gosh, look, it's Carowinds out the window. Incredible. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. Yeah, I'm starting to think just parking at Cabela's and walking over would have been faster. Yeah, I have to say, this is taking quite a bit longer than I initially anticipated, but I'm trying to keep a good attitude about everything, so it'll be fine. Okay, I managed to snag a spot here as somebody was pulling out, but look, as far as the eye can see. And a reminder, the entrance is there, where you see Fury's turnaround, so better start hiking. Yeah, fully anticipating getting like 2 more rides tonight, if that, and if I even get to see any of the scare zones and stuff. I don't know. If it was my first time at this park, I would probably be a lot more frustrated, but since I've been here several times before, I'm kind of just here to check out the event and the vibes and stuff. I don't really care as much. Although, I mean, it still kind of sucks on paper, but... That ride just sounds beautiful. It's got much more of a oomph to it than Fury on the off-ride sound. Fury is a lot more dampened in the sound anyway. Holy shit. I think this is the line to get in. Check IDs. Oh my gosh. They were opening up the other side when I left. I'm gonna go see if the other side's shorter. It's a gamble. But also, I'm not waiting in this right this second. I guess if I have to, I have to, but... Okay, it does look like they're letting people in the other side, and there's not really a line. So, Carowinds hack, when you see this line, come to the other side. Yeah, what the hell, I just walked right in. Because I got 2 lines on each side, so nobody's coming through this side, and there's the whole line all the way back to Intimidator this side. So yeah, just come in this side. That's hilarious. Okay, cool. Also, getting your ID check to go into a theme park is a little silly. I mean, I get why they have to do it, but still. This is insane. I fear the park was not built for this kind of capacity at all. But also, it's kind of fun. Like I said, I've been here before, so I'm not that concerned about getting to do all that much or whatever. It is, call me crazy, but it's kind of cool to see the park described. So it says the first show is at 9 p.m., which is 3 hours from now. And everyone's just kind of standing there anyway. Well, it's not quite dark yet. So I think first I'm going to go ride Afterburn just because. Oh, the vibes are great. Here's the thing. Crowded theme parks are miserable because you don't get to ride very much. You have to wait in long lines. But also, like, compare the vibe of, like, this park now compared to when it's almost empty, and it feels like a completely different park. It just feels more exciting to be here right now. For some reason, I get the distinct feeling that this is longer than the posted 45 minutes. I don't know what makes me think that. I just get a pretty strong feeling. They're stacking. Why are you stacking? You see how busy the park is? No stacking allowed tonight. You gotta roll those trains. They're not rolling those trains. Okay, problem with the previous statement is that I'm starving, so I'm about to wait way too long for some pizza now.
You just go with your food.
Okay, it took 30 minutes, but I got a slice of pizza and 2 breadsticks. I'm going to choke this down real fast. One thing that's really nice about Cedar Fair parks is, in my experience, they pretty much always have enough seating, which is not something I can say about Dollywood. Okay, it got dark. I see the fog effects and stuff. I'm going to go straight for Afterburn. See, I don't really know about any of the haunted mazes or anything like that, so I'll try to research that while I'm in the line for Afterburn, which I think is going to be like an hour and a half. But I do really want to ride Afterburn tonight. There's just so many night rides I want to get on right now, and holy shit, Afterburn's line. We'll see if I end up even doing a maze, but I feel like I have to do a maze while I'm here, right? Maybe not. Yeah, so here's Afterburn's line, completely full of queue, and it comes right over here. It's insane. Here we go.
And they were like, it's not going to be here until November 19th. And I'm like,
Yeah, it's only been 36 minutes, and I'm almost to the stairs, so maybe I underestimated them.
At this time, make sure those articles ready to put in bin number 2.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. Final wait time was about an hour and 2 minutes, so I underestimated them. It was pretty much what they said, but it's so good. It's so forceful. I'd say that's the most intense ride in the park. I know, obviously, Fury's got the height and the speed, but it's a little bit more graceful. This is the most intense ride, I would say. It's so good. The whip, like they don't make them like they used to. Gosh, I want to go again so bad, but I don't want to wait another hour right now. So maybe I'll come back to this a little bit. I know I want to get in the Fury line like right before it closes. That's the plan. I don't say this often, but I would say that was totally worth the hour wait for me personally, especially at night. Oh, it's so good. It's running so fast too. My Lord, like I was just watching it go while we were in line, and it has warmed up so much today for no reason at all. It's flying. Also, I've already forgotten exactly where the scare zones are, so I'm going to assume I'm safe in the Snoopy area. Okay, so that's a scare maze line right there. I don't know which one, but it's one of them. I don't know. Okay, it's Depths of Darkness, whatever that is. I have no concept for how fast those lines usually move, so I don't know if I'm gonna wait in one. Okay, I think Thunderstrucker's line is at least moving pretty fast, so I'm gonna go do that. And while I'm in line for that, I gotta figure out if I'm gonna do a maze, because I'll probably need to do it right after this if I'm going to. It says 45 minutes, let's see what it actually is. The light's kind of blowing it out, but I just realized they put glowing eyes on Carolina Sky Tower. That's funny, I like that. Ignore the imprint where the NASCAR stuff used to be. Just don't worry about that at all, please.
That one is just jokes. That one is literally just jokes. That's all I do. I know, and you could easily do this. This one is not as bad as the other ones, in my opinion. It's like 40 newer. This is literally just different.
It's pretty good. That ride's come around for me. I used to not like it at all, and now it's pretty good. It was kind of cold at the top of the lift hill, though. You could really feel the temperature change going up there. And actually, sounds stupid, but the views were actually really cool. I actually kind of like Thunderstrucker's position at the end of the parking lot. I know I usually make fun of big parking lots and crappy, generic suburban development, but it looked kind of cool lit up at night. And the parking lot looked kind of cool, filled with, completely full. Because the parking lot's still completely full right now. And you got to fly right by it. I don't know how to describe unless you're on that train, but it was cool. Decent airtime coming off of all the hills. I was near the back of the train. All right, so I think I am going to get in line for Depths of Darkness because it's reading as the shortest wait in the park, and I feel like I need to do at least one of the scare mazes since I am at Scarowinds. We got about 2 hours till the park closes, so hopefully this takes less than 2 hours and then go get in line for Fury. Trying to blind us before we even go in. Oh, I just realized we're in the construction zone for the new Planet Snoopy, so there's some markers and stuff. Fun, I guess. There's one of the old Snoopy rides. Yeah, so this is the path I was talking about earlier that used to go around to where the kiddie coaster is. I think you can barely see it back there. I'm really backstage now. About to go under Thunderstriker's lift hill and brake run. I'm not supposed to record anything once we get inside, so I'm going to respect that. Yeah, just another key here on the other side of Thunderstriker. Okay, I did it. I don't know if it was worth a 30-minute wait, but well, on the way out, I think this is where the splash battle is going. You can see the kiddie coaster way over there on the other side. So I think this is the splash battle because it's the bigger plot. And I think over there is where the little coaster's going. I don't know. We'll see later. So here's your little Scarowinds construction update. Okay, yeah, no, that was actually pretty fun. I haven't really done very many scare mazes. I don't think that one was particularly good, but it wasn't bad either. And I had a good time. Not that you can see where I'm going, but I decided to go the other way because I'm going to go check the lines on Afterburn and Copperhead and my way by and check out the other scare zones in the park. But so Depths of Darkness, it didn't have many like jump scares. Most of the actors just kind of casually walked up to you and were like, I'm going to eat you, or I'm going to follow you home. And it's like, okay. And yeah, the theme didn't seem very consistent. It was started like a science laboratory gone wrong, but then at one point we were in a kitchen, and then we were in somebody's bathroom, and I don't really know what was happening. It very much felt like they were just throwing whatever together into a random little haunted house thing. And it wasn't particularly long either, but again, I don't know how long they usually are at theme parks because I've never been to a theme park haunt before. But yeah, that makes me want to check out some other ones, but unfortunately we have about an hour and a half till the park closes. I want to make sure I get in the Fury's line before it closes, so that doesn't give me much time to work with. But the good news is that was only about a 30-minute line, so I mean, all right, Afterburn's kind of calling my name for some reason. I'm going to ride Afterburn, and that should give me barely enough time after that to head over to Fury to end out the night. And I'll walk through 2 of the scare zones on the way over there. I traded doing a second scare base to go for a second ride on Afterburn, and that was definitely the right decision. I only have to wait about 20 to 30 minutes for that one. You can hear that beautiful B&M roar. I asked for the back again nicely, and they actually let me have the back this time. And back row is definitely the best row on that ride for sure. No question about it. Anyways, I'm about to walk through like a scare zone on the way in the direction of Fury. So I have about 45 minutes until the park closes, so I don't really know. Definitely want to get in Fury's line before it closes. And so with how long all the other lines are and the uncertainty with that, kind of limits what I might be able to do here, so I don't know. Anyways, here's a scare zone with the carnival themed scare zone, I think. I just got welcomed to the circus. I don't know if I want to be here. Oh wait. Is this an old Firehawk car? I hope there's not an actor hiding in it, but I think that is. It's a Flying Dutchman. I think it's a Firehawk car. Yeah, it's definitely a Firehawk train from Kings Island. The rest of them are just kind of chilling under Fury, but there you go. Okay, that was a pretty boring scare zone. The Firehawk car was cool, but that's just because I'm a nerd and I like old stuff. Yeah, the actors were not very interactive there, and there just wasn't a ton going on. I do hear that in general, Scarowinds is one of the weakest Cedar Fair haunts. So I keep hearing from people that come here, they're like, oh, it's just not up to par with the other Cedar Fair haunts. So I guess I should have lowered my expectations a lot, but still. Copperhead's line looks pretty long, and again, I just don't want to risk missing that Fury night ride. So instead, grab some ice cream because I don't know why. I'm actually pretty cold, but I'm going to eat ice cream. And we'll head over to Fury.
No good, Arthur. Still got one more. You got it.
I'm getting a large.
So for fall, apparently, instead of having chocolate ice cream, they have, and I quote, straight out the menu board, black ice cream. It's just chocolate ice cream with black food coloring, is what I was told. I've always thought these Troika rides, I think they're Troikas. I forget my flat ride name sometimes, but they always look really good at night. Really pretty. I like them. Alright, the line for Fury has actually died down a lot. I don't know exactly how much this is, but it's nothing insane. So, you know, that's good, I guess. No freaking way. Okay, so we were on the second to last train, and we all chanted one more ride, and he said no. And I think he's gonna let them do one more turn. Yeah, he's letting them. Dang it. Stupid. Yeah, they let them go again. Screw that. I can't say the other word, because YouTube doesn't like it when I say the other word. But that's what I would rather say. I have never felt so cheated in my entire life. Usually they let like the last 3 trains one more ride if they want to, if they, make enough noise. But like I said, we were second to last train. I swear we were chanting one more ride louder than they were, and they literally told us no. And then they let the other train behind us go again. Freaking pile of horse crap. I was gonna talk a little bit about the day, but I'm just mad now. Not actually, but actually. Especially because I got in the queue like right at closing time. The only reason I wasn't last train is because they kept letting people into the queue. The park closed at 12. They didn't actually close off the line till 12:30. At like 12:29, they were still letting people through. So that's the only reason I wasn't on last train. And if I was on last train, I would have gotten 2 night rides on Fury instead of 1. And that's just kind of frustrating. Anyways, 2 new major family rides coming in 2025. Exciting. But the Scarowinds event itself, I like the vibe. I like the park being open this late. I actually kind of liked the crowds. For atmosphere wise, I would definitely not recommend coming here on a Scarowinds day for your first visit, because as I'll kind of talk about in a second, obviously I didn't get to do that much today because the lines were so long. I waited over an hour for pretty much everything I did today, which is obviously not an ideal experience at a park like this that has so many different attractions for your first visit. I would definitely recommend doing your first visit like almost any other time of the year. But if you've been here before, I think this is a good event. Just come in with the mindset knowing that you're not going to get to do all that much because it's going to be crowded. As for the quality of the event though, I could definitely see why many people consider this to be one of the weaker, if not the weakest, Cedar Fair haunt. Again, I haven't done any of the other ones, but just from being here throughout the park, there wasn't near as much like atmosphere as I expected there was going to be. Like when there are decorations, they're well done, but there's usually only a couple decorations like in like the scare zones. It's just not elaborately decorated the way I thought it would compared to the Halloween event I'm used to, which is of course Dollywood's, because that's my home park. And that's obviously a family-friendly event. There are no actors or anything, but even then Dollywood goes all out decorating every corner of the park. And then doing all the lighting and sounds to go with it. Obviously, it's a completely different vibe. It's a completely different thing that they're going for, but I think it's much better executed. So I was kind of expecting something more like that, more like the quantity and quality of what Dollywood does, just with a more mature theme, and that's not really what I got. It was more of just some scattered little decorations. Also, they had plenty of actors. There were lots of actors. The staffing of actors was not a problem. They were everywhere, but they just didn't really do all that much. I assume that they're probably not allowed to do all that much due to just weird rules nowadays. That's my guess. I don't really know. Yeah, I mean, hopefully not this year, unfortunately, because I only have one more theme park weekend, which is next weekend, and that's Holiday World, which is obviously going to be a family-friendly event, not a haunt, but still. Hopefully next year I can check out some more different theme park haunts to compare, but just having this one to go off of, again, this is the only one I've been to, but just going off of this one, I don't know. I definitely enjoyed being here tonight. I don't think the event was bad by any means. I didn't feel like there was as much substance, and maybe, again, I only did one of the mazes, but even that was it was okay, I guess. I mean, it was decent because I hadn't really done anything like that at a theme park before, but it wasn't to the quality I kind of expected. So sorry if I'm kind of shitting on the park right now. Not really my intention. Operations on the rides weren't bad, but for as busy as it was tonight and today as a whole, I feel like they should have been a bit faster. Most of the rides were, Fury was stacking 3 trains pretty much the entire day and entire night. Copperhead was really the only one that was doing good. They were hitting interval pretty much every cycle. But other than that, other than Copperhead being the standout there, I mean, most of them were they weren't bad. Like most other days, I would consider those good operations. But, when you get to the point it's this busy, you got to step up a little bit. But I don't really blame that on Carowinds so much as that's just kind of... The industry as a whole is not very capacity focused right now. You can see that all over, not just at Carowinds, not just at the Cedar Fair parks. mean, you even look at the new additions that parks are putting in the last couple years, and especially going into next year. It almost feels like the 3-train coaster is dead. Like, these are all rides going in with like 2 trains, 24 passenger trains. It doesn't really look like capacity's a focus on any of them, which is sad to see, because obviously I like capacity because it makes the lines move faster, makes the lines shorter. I know I'm just rambling about crap at this point. Back in my vehicle, I do wish I had done a little bit more of the like haunt stuff. I think if I came back to this event or event like this, I would probably focus more on doing more of the mazes and stuff, since that's unique to this event. I do wish I had spent more time on that, but it's not like I spent a terrible amount of time getting rides. At least most of that time was spent in lines for rides. I still only got like 3 or 4 rides. It's just the nature of this event and these events. They just get so crowded. It really limits what you can actually do. That's not really the park's fault, though. Just the fact that they're open until midnight is fantastic, because of course Dollywood and most other parks that run a family-friendly Halloween event close at like 8 or 9. I think Holiday World's 8, Dollywood closes at 9. And even some of the other like more adult haunts, like I think I looked at some of the Six Flags parks close at like 10 p.m. So having all the way until midnight to enjoy all this stuff is really awesome and really special. I love theme parks late at night, but it just seems like, especially nowadays, parks just keep cutting their hours more and more, and it's really hard to find times you can stay late at parks like this. And even when you do, people just don't seem to stay as late at parks as they used to. Most parks seem to start clearing out like a couple hours before closing, and that does not happen at these haunt events. It was busy pretty much right up until the end, and I liked that because it kind of keeps the energy a bit. Funny into the night that the Avid Hotel sign isn't lit up properly. Hey, Avid Hotel, did you know that the Ride Ops on Fury didn't let us get one more ride, but then they let the train right behind us have one more ride? Yeah, I'm about to go to sleep, but I did want to just reiterate, when I'm complaining about things, and I'm trying to be better about this in these types of videos, I don't like to complain just to complain. Or as in, I don't complain because I want to be negative, and I definitely don't complain because I'm trying to hurt the parks or anything like that. It's more just that I feel like with the type of channel I'm trying to build, I want to, give you an honest idea and an honest representation and an honest review of everything. And I feel like to do that, I need to talk about the things that are not as great about the experiences I have. But I definitely do feel like sometimes I'm leaning too much into the negative. So definitely let me know what you think about that. But yeah, I felt the event kind of didn't live up to my expectations, and I felt the need to explain that a little bit. But at the same time, I still really enjoyed it. I wouldn't say I don't recommend it, especially now that it is just a normal day ticket instead of a separate ticketed event. I definitely see why people were frustrated when it was a separate ticketed event. I don't think it's really worth that. But yeah, it was fun, and I'm definitely excited now to check out some different theme park haunts next year. It's unfortunate I won't be able to get to any more this year, but it is what it is. And we'll definitely be back to this park in the spring, if not Winterfest. I'd love to come back to Winterfest. I did that in 2022, I think. The only thing with Winterfest is just a really small event to spend, like hotel money and stuff on. So we'll see if I end up doing that. I'd like to if I'm able, because I did enjoy that when I did come. And if not, I'll probably be back in the spring to check out, the new Planet Snoopy stuff and whatever.